Not that big of a cereal guy anymore, but the temple that is my body was practically built on this stuff growing up. I've had a lot of issues with breakfast lately. My metabolism just does not welcome the meal the way it used to. When I first wake up, food is just so gross sounding to me, and I'm practically forcing it down my throat in the morning. Nowadays, if I have a choice, I won't even eat it until 10:30 or 11 a.m., which is not really breakfast time in my eyes. The problem is, if I don't eat something, then I'm a wreck before lunchtime. This has caused a lot of searching and has forced me into changing it up every few days. You see, the holy books describe a second coming as a form of salvation. And by holy books, I mean the decoding I'd be doing in the back of these cereal box games in the morning before school. Anyways, I've somehow convinced myself that if any of these breakfast cereals from my childhood made a comeback, it would be the answer to all of my problems. They recently took Frosted Cheerios off the shelf at a lot of the major retailers I go to. Fuck you for that, General Mills. Apple Cinnamon is almost a great sub for these, but it's not the same experience, and I think you know that. These two easily clear Honey Nut and the plain ones. They got a lot of Cheerio flavors now. I haven't tried most of them. The new ones just don't seem all that appetizing or appealing. One of my goats is Waffle Crisp. Absolutely insane work they did with these. They make a comeback every so often, and I think they might still be available in some regions on the smaller scale, but I haven't seen them on shelves here in California where I'm at since like before the pandemic. Kellogg's made Eggo cereal, which kinda recaptured the magic, but Post has that secret recipe, baby. There's no one else really doing it like they did. Only one true king of kings here. I'm not ashamed to say I've eaten entire boxes of Waffle Crisp in one sitting before. This might be my number 2 though, because I basically worshipped this Cinnabon cereal right here as a kid. Not too long ago, I got super hyped when I saw they were making these waffle Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Cinnamon Toast Crunch rolls. But once again, General Mills is trying to start fucking problems because these are just stupid new ways to deliver Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which is an already fine cereal, but let's not pretend that they don't form a wet, soggy blanket as soon as they come into contact with milk. That to me keeps CTC over here from the upper echelon. Anyways, yeah, Waffle Crisp and Cinnabon, 2 goats just in their prime, like Curry and LeBron, somehow finding a way to translate and adapt their advertised experience to a masterful T. How am I eating little waffles for cereal? How am I doing that? Deals with the devil, maybe. The good news is these newer versions are available on Amazon for a slightly inflated price, and while not as great as I remember, are still damn good cereals. Cinnabon is no longer available as of this year, sadly. But speaking of cinnamon, I feel like the other king of cinnamon cereal from back in the day was the Scooby-Doo marshmallow one. Might be a little bit of a niche pull. Can't even describe the taste of these. Just know that there was crack in them. It's just one of those you had to be there moments. If you know, you know. You know? I am learning that the holy grail for most cereal aficionados is Rice Krispie Treats cereal. And yeah, these hit different. I go back to like the 3rd night at my very first apartment. I was 18 and the power went out. Sitting there in a pitch black, unfurnished room away from anything familiar is not exactly the vibe. But I do recall having a bowl or 2 of these and everything just felt like it was going to be okay, you know? The petition to bring these back is by far the most active, promoted, and circulated out of all the classic cereal revival attempts that I've seen. I want to see him bring these back too. I would have to agree. I don't think I really got to delve into them as much as the others on this list. Donuts. Donut cereal. The captain was on one here. There was even a chocolate version, which I would almost argue was better than the original. Look how proud he is of the craftsmanship. Thank you, Captain. I love you, Captain. I want you. Speaking of which, check out how they massacred my boy. Our poor childhood icon has fallen prey to corporate minimalism. He's like when SpongeBob got all round. He looks happy, sure, but that's not the same guy. He's been totally institutionalized by the capitalist agenda. Where is Comrade Crunch when you need him, you feel me? I bet he'd bring back the donut cereal. Loved s'mores. They went extinct and then finally got brought back by merciful Kellogg's for a brief period in 2021, but we're back to radio silence. Make it a seasonal summer thing if you have to, I don't know. Let's see, what else? Malto Meal had a pretty great one with blueberry muffin toasters. Speaking of which, I gotta mention this shit now. Eggo had these beautiful, angelic, absolutely sensational little guys. 2 flavors, but the blueberry ones could be perhaps traded for the rights to my firstborn. That's still something I'm contemplating. Kellogg's, bro, specifically Eggo, you are out of your fucking mind for taking these out of the goddamn freezer section. I loved to switch up how I made these. You could microwave them and they'd be all perfect and pillowy and fluffy, but you could also toast them and they'd be more crispy and baked tasting. Fuck, dude, I'm still not over how these are gone. These would solve all of my breakfast quandaries. Come to think of it, they even have these cinnamon roll ones. Real icing baked inside. These may have been better than the blueberry ones. I'm not lying. I can't remember, but I distinctly have a memory of my mom making me these on a Saturday morning, and that happiness I took for granted, man. Why do I have to suffer like other Eggo flavors we were robbed of? These heads and tails, flip-flop ones, fire. The Lego Eggos, maybe peak for them. All downhill after those. I know they were just regular home-style flavor, but they just tasted different. Plus, you could build little forts with them and pour syrup on it. Perfect for dipping, might I add. You could break them apart. I do quite miss the double chocolatey thick ones that were recently discontinued. Last I checked, they were only at Walmart, but I don't even know if that's true anymore. They tried to bring them back in the form of these protein waffles. Not the same. Not the same in the slightest. These are gross. Banana chocolate chip Eggos, also. Rest in peace to those. Really good with some Nutella. Alright, back to cereals. What else did I miss? The OG Oreo O's were phenomenal. I'm talking before the comeback in 2017. Tasted like 99% close to just having Oreos. And it was honestly a match made in heaven because Oreos and milk are already an all-time classic combo. Milk's favorite cookie. You know the deal. Haven't tried the new ones yet, but hope they didn't ruin it because it seems like they did. I have the faintest recollection of really loving this Buzz Lightyear cereal here. The design of everything is top notch on this, but what even is the flavor? It just says they're sweetened. Compare this to the current day Lightyear promo cereal though. Laziness on all fronts. I know we went over Cinnamon Toast Crunch earlier. Not only do I miss the bread bakery guy, but he also made the most delectable peanut butter toast crunch. A blue ribbon gold medalist as far as peanut butter cereals are concerned. It's funny, General Mills has been making so many offshoots of the Toast Crunch brand. It's bizarre they won't even bring back a fan favorite like this, but it's probably their pussy ass afraid of fucking around with nut allergy safety practices in their factories or something. Hey, you already put shrimp in that one guy's cereal. Don't be talking to me about food safety. As far as the best cereals out right now, I don't know. Fruit Loops have never lost their appeal, and I've always got a soft spot for Reese's Puffs, even though they give me heartburn now for some reason. But still, it's not enough, bro. Bring any of the things I mentioned from the dead, and all of my morning woes lately disappear. Maybe I need to stop waiting around to be saved. I don't know. Here's a few other beloved discontinued food products that I can confirm did indeed go hard. Yogos were incredible. I had a fever dream recently about these Kudos bar that my mom used to get from Costco, and apparently they are widely missed. I kinda get why they stopped making them though. They really were just remixed candy bars. Not much of a snack. I wish I could have these s'mores Ritz Bits guys one more time. I also gotta give a shout out to Trix Yogurt. My mother rarely let me have these. Literally a shot glass sized cup, but god, they were good. Had to have them at friends' houses, or bargain for one at lunch. Speaking of yogurts, these glow-in-the-dark Star Wars lightsaber Go-Gurts were the crown jewel of any lunchbox. I don't even know what made them glow in the dark though. I don't think you ever see that in food nowadays, even for kids. My insides may be radioactive now, I'm not sure. Alright, this is the last thing I could think of. I want them to bring back that OG lineup of Trident Layers gum. It was my favorite thing to buy at the 7-Eleven in middle school. that's about all I can think of. Apologies for my absence on here lately. Video output has come to a full halt, and unfortunately I've had to go deal with a lot of life stuff. Personal, family, just a lot of unexpected things that aren't fun. I was worried someone on here might have gotten the gist that the Minecraft movie forced me into retirement. Don't stress. Not that anybody probably was anyways, but I know I'm going through it when I start looking to nostalgia for comfort, which is exactly what I'm doing here. Definitely the reason I made this video. Expect that 2021 music list at the beginning of June. Also, I didn't stop watching movies. I still want to make a video for everyone I see in 2025, just so I have some more content on here. I'm actually sifting through all the Pixar films on my lunch breaks, which I haven't seen many of since I was younger. Expect a big recap on that once I've finished all of them. I've also typed up and recorded a 10-page film analysis on one of my favorite movies that I'm really passionate about, so that should be coming out this year when I'm comfortable with dropping it. That one might require some more time because I want to make sure everything is perfect and nicely taken care of. Still doing some exciting new things though. I'm finally playing through Red Dead 2 for the first time ever. I'm taking some photos of places that I like. Anyways, yeah, talk to me about your favorite abandoned food items. Sorry to be a nostalgia merchant, but this is one of the easier things for me to make right now. Just rambling and shooting the shit about my childhood bad eating habits. Alright, see you later.